If it is false, then for the good of society, and especially for the good of the poor people who have fallen prey to this confusion, transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. The whole preposterous ideology.
Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire told CPAC that transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. Yeah, and people, including myself, heard a call for genocide of trans people. But Knowles and his legal team apparently heard something else. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm your legal analyst, Adrienne Lawrence. After Michael Knowles called for transgenderism to be eradicated, publications took notice of this seeming call to kill trans people. Even though the Daily Wire's commentator definitely didn't seem to have an issue with trans people just, back in 2019? Well, recognizing the consequences of his actions could be costly for him in the Daily Wire, Knowles and his people began to threaten legal action, claiming that he was misinterpreted. The Daily Wire commentator took to Twitter to threaten publications into retraction using terms like libelous. And the VP of the Daily Wire's PR team also too joined in the fray. Such that at least the Rolling Stone magazine caved, going from this to putting quotes around genocidal mania as though it was just some kind of a hyperbolic opinion, and changing the word transgender to transgenderism as though the two aren't synonymous. Now, legally speaking, the Rolling Stone didn't need to roll it back. But truth is an absolute defense in case they forgot. How are you really going to tell me that transgenderism is different from trans? As the author of American Fascism, Bryn Tannenhill, analogized on Twitter, if Knowles had said, for the good of society, Judaism must be eradicated from public life, and then followed it up with, I just meant Judaism, not Jews, I don't think the ADL would respond with, oh well, never mind in that case, carry on. It means what you think it means. Bryn wasn't the only one that could see the problem here.
And you had a speaker saying we need to eradicate transgenderism from public life. Now, substitute Judaism with that, substitute homosexuality. And everyone, I think, would be up in arms in calling that genocidal language.
On that note, where have we seen this extreme push to demonize a small group of people? Well, as the Museum of Jewish Heritage has observed, this demonization of the trans community is like exactly what the Nazis did 5 years before Kristallnacht. From burning books on gender to screaming about protecting children. To give you some context, before 1933, Germany was a center of LGBTQ community and culture, with several renowned organizations serving and supporting trans and gender nonconforming people. Hitler's Nazi government, however, brutally targeted the trans community, deporting many trans people to concentration camps and wiping out vibrant community structures. Jews know what it's like to be constantly attacked as a small, vulnerable group. They're just about 2% of the U.S. population. Kind of much like the trans community, just about 2%. We need to take the knowledge that we have about how fascism works to vilify a small group of people before it comes for the rest of us. We have to take the past and know that we don't want to see it again in the future. That requires we put in some action. So it may not directly impact us as individuals. Maybe it impacts someone we know, but we don't want to wait until it impacts me and you before we stand up and say something and push back. But then again, those are just my thoughts. You let me know yours in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.